Our planet Earth has survived the unimaginable. Asteroid strikes, deadly collisions, complete freezing, and the rise and fall of the most terrifying creatures ever to walk this world. Yet here we are, still spinning, still breathing, still alive. Let's go back, all the way back, to where it all began.
Picture nothing, just a massive, swirling cloud of gas and dust floating in empty space. Then, something incredible happened. That cloud collapsed. It spun faster and faster, growing hotter with every second, until hydrogen ignited into helium. And in that single blazing moment, our sun was born. From the leftover dust spinning at the edges, tiny particles began clinging together, growing, merging, forming. These were the seeds of our planets, and one of them was baby Earth. But this early Earth was nothing like home. It was a violent, volcanic nightmare, constantly spitting out poisonous gases, being hammered by asteroids from every direction. Then came the biggest hit of all. A Mars-sized planet called Theia slammed straight into Earth. The impact was so powerful, it blasted chunks of rock into orbit. And those chunks? They became our moon.
For millions of years, Earth had no oceans, no rivers, no rain, just scorching heat and steam. But slowly, the planet began to cool. Water vapor condensed, and for the first time, rain fell. Oceans formed. Earth transformed into a vast, endless water world. And in those dark, warm waters, something miraculous stirred. Life, tiny, invisible, microscopic, but alive. The very first living things on Earth had arrived, and they would change everything.
Then came a revolution. Tiny bacteria, called cyanobacteria, learned to do something no living thing had ever done before. They began converting sunlight into energy and releasing oxygen. For the first time, Earth had breathable air. But this oxygen came at a price. Carbon dioxide levels dropped, temperatures plummeted, and Earth froze. Glaciers crept all the way to the equator. Our planet became a giant snowball. Earth's very first ice age had begun.
As the ice melted and continents drifted, they collided and fused into something massive, a true supercontinent called Rodinia, possibly the largest landmass this planet has ever seen. And life was finally getting more interesting. Rodinia broke apart. A new supercontinent called Pannotia rose in its place. And then, between 540 and 485 million years ago, something exploded. Not a volcano, not an asteroid, life itself. The Cambrian explosion. In a relatively short time, animals with shells, spines, and eyes appeared everywhere. The most famous? The strange, alien-looking trilobites, masters of the ancient sea.
But life never gets too comfortable on Earth. Around 440 million years ago, the oceans shifted. Temperatures changed without warning, and in a devastating sweep, the majority of life on Earth was wiped out. the Ordovician Silurian extinction, Earth's first great mass extinction. Yet from the ruins, life crawled forward. Between 420 and 350 million years ago, the first trees broke through the soil. And for the very first time, animals left the ocean and walked on land.
Earth was now covered by one enormous supercontinent, Pangaea. But this era came with a devastating price: the Great Dying. Volcanic eruptions flooded the atmosphere with greenhouse gases, temperatures skyrocketed, and nearly 90% of all species on Earth vanished forever. The worst mass extinction in the history of our planet. But from that destruction came opportunity. Between 240 and 230 million years ago, the first dinosaurs appeared. For 150 million years, they ruled every corner of this world. Giants like Argentinosaurus shook the ground with every step. Predators like T-Rex dominated with terrifying power. And all the while, Pangaea was slowly breaking apart, forming the continents we live on today.
Then, out of nowhere, darkness fell. Quite literally, a massive asteroid crashed into Earth near what is now Mexico. The impact was catastrophic. Dust and debris blanketed the sky, blocking sunlight for years. Temperatures collapsed, plants died, and the dinosaurs were gone. Just like that, 165 million years of dominance erased in an instant. But in the silence that followed, mammals survived, and slowly they began to inherit the Earth. 6 million years ago, the first human-like creatures appeared. They were small, uncertain, still moving on all fours. But over millions of years, something changed. They stood up. They picked up stones and shaped them into tools. They discovered fire, and with it, warmth, cooked food, and safety in the dark. Their minds grew sharper, their communities grew larger, and between 40,000 and 15,000 years ago, every other human species disappeared. Only we remained. Homo sapiens, the last humans standing. For millions of years, humans wandered, following animals, chasing seasons. But 10,000 years ago, we stopped. We planted seeds, we built shelters, we created farms. And for the first time in human history, we called a place home. Fast forward to just 250 years ago, the Industrial Revolution changed everything again. Machines replaced muscles, cities replaced villages, coal and oil powered a new world. But every engine that roared, every factory that burned, pumped carbon dioxide into our atmosphere. Our population exploded: 1 billion in 1804, 2 billion by 1927, and today, over 8 billion humans share this one fragile planet. And now, Earth faces its newest threat: climate change. Rising temperatures, rising seas, disappearing species. The question is no longer what Earth survived in the past. The question is, will it survive us? 4.5 billion years of asteroids, extinctions, ice ages, and evolution. And Earth is still here, still fighting, still alive. But for how much longer?
The next chapter of Earth's story is being written right now by us. What will we write?